They're researchers, innovators, and entrepreneurs. As part of the EURAXESS Services Network and EURAXESS Worldwide webinar series, we are presenting to you today a topic entitled How to Make the Most Out of the EURAXESS Portal to Boost Your Research Career. Our speakers and experts on the topic today are Laura Sancho and Milan Zdravkovic. I would like to give them a very warm welcome and introduce them briefly. Laura Sancho is the Information Systems Coordinator of the EURAXESS Portal since 2019. Her university studies and early career are related to translation and interpreting in the field of medicine, science, and technology. She soon started to work in the information technologies field, particularly in project management, where she gained a large experience managing complex teams and projects with tight deliverables. She has worked for the European Commission as a consultant for more than 2 years, helping the network with topics such as content management, promotion activities, and digital communication. She is responsible for the correct functioning of the EU portal and the coordination of the development of new features and tools for users and network members. Dr. Milan Zdravkovic is an established researcher, currently working as associate professor at the University of Niš. He is author of more than 60 papers in the field of enterprise information systems. He worked as editor and reviewer for top scientific journals, chair and member of PC of the respected conferences. He participated in 10 European Union's framework programs projects as a member and work package leader, dealing with HR capacity building in research. He leads a number of past and ongoing initiatives related to development and promotion of EURAXESS portals. He is a member of a working group called Portal Administrators of the EURAXESS network. And since 2016, he also works as a human resources strategy for researchers sector. Now, Laura, Milan, the floor is yours. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Vicky, for your kind presentation and introduction to today's webinar. I'm going to start by sharing my screen, and I will also start my presentation discussing or giving a general overview on what the EURAXESS portal is and, of course, how to make the most of the portal. I will start by introducing the initiative. The initiative was established 17 years ago as part of the European research area. As part of the European research area. It is a key initiative and currently it aims at facilitating researchers' mobility, supporting career development, and ensuring an attractive careers across Europe and beyond. After the new communication on ERA, published by the European Commission in July-September 2020, there are big plans of EURAXESS. EURAXESS is outlined as part of a toolbox of support for researchers' careers. It will focus on talented researchers, focused on career development support and social and cultural and labor integration of researchers in the host country, and of course fostering inclusiveness and for helping further in removing barriers to unbalanced mobility. So this was an overview of the EURAXESS initiative as a whole, but then some figures to represent it also, especially the EURAXESS portal. So EURAXESS has increased in numbers of visitors and page views year after year, ever since the revamp of the portal, which took place in 2016, to align with the priorities of Commissioner Juncker. Currently, it counts with 2 million page views per month, more than 160,000 registered users, out of which 70,000 of them are researchers. And we also have 19,000 registered organizations profile that are publishing year after year a large number of offerings. In particular, we have 80,000 jobs offered yearly and an increasing number of hosting and funding opportunities. But let's see what is in the portal, a quick overview. Milan will go into more details on some of the specific sections that are more relevant for you. But we will start with the jobs database. The jobs database is actually one of the main attractions of the EURAXESS portal. Many people think that the EURAXESS portal is just a jobs portal, although that's not the case, as you will find out. But it is true that it's very attractive, as I said, for our audience, and I'm sure it will be for you as well, because as I have briefly explained, we are publishing year after year more than 80,000 offers in total, published by our more than 19,000 research organizations, funding institutions, and universities that are registered in the portal. So in the jobs, funding, and hosting database, you can basically search for the different vacancies that matches your research profile and save your vacancies and save your search lists to receive notifications whenever a new job opportunity is there for you. You will always apply directly to the posting organization. EURAXESS will not interfere in the research, in the recruitment or selection processes. As you can see in this slide, you will be able to search for jobs using the different filters available for you, for example, the research field or the researcher profile. The researcher profile actually refers to the maturity of your research career, if you like. So, for example, R1 and R2 are normally researchers that are preparing to get their PhD, or postdocs researchers, while R3 and R4 are maybe more established researchers. So you can use the different filters to refine your search, and you can save it, as you can see below. You can click on Save Your Search List to receive notifications. As you can see at the moment, we also have we have more than 70,000 job offers that you can browse through. The same goes for funding. You have different options and different filters to select the kind of funding that you are looking for, and you can also save your search list. At the moment, you can browse through more than 100 funding opportunities for you. And finally, the same goes for hosting. You can also refine by country or by European research program. For those of you who maybe are not so familiarized with what hosting opportunities are, is basically these opportunities published by research institutions who have research infrastructures and want to make them available to researchers. So this will, of course, support the research communities and help researchers conduct research and foster innovation in the field. And again, as before, you can save your search list to get notifications. And as you see at the moment, we have more than 300 hosting offers for there to browse. So if we move forward, we can also go to the career development section in the portal. You will find it as the second section that Milan will show later on. And this career development section, it actually involves career development information for institutions, but the also, of course, and more relevant for you is the career development section for researchers. In this career development section, you will find different tools, different resources, training material that go from, for example, how to plan your career development or how to move from academia into industry. Milan will show you a little bit more what kind of tools you can find there. Then we will move towards the partnering tool. In this partnering tool, basically, all of the users of the EURAXESS portal can promote their profile. So if you want to make your profile visible and searchable for employers, this is the place where you will be visible. And next to your name, you can actually also promote, for example, this emblem, the seal of excellence that you see on screen, very, very little. The seal of excellence, for those who maybe are not familiarized with it, is a quality label for researchers and organizations that applied for funding under Horizon 2020, but did not get this funding due to lack of budget. So if you have such emblem, you can indeed show it in the partnering tool so that your profile is more visible to potential employers. In this partnering tool, of course, you can find collaboration opportunities, and you can browse through the database to find other researchers and entrepreneurs, and of course, other research organizations. Note that I have included a little logo also next to the name organizations. This logo refers to the HR Excellence in Research Award, which basically recognizes the efforts of organizations that are trying to improve their HR practices in order to provide or to facilitate an attractive work environment for their researchers. So let's discuss this a little bit more into detail. This HR Excellence in Research Award refers to the Charter Code and the HRS4R. So the Charter Code basically is the European Charter for Researchers and the Code of Conduct for the recruitment of researchers. This is a text that was adopted by the European Commission, in which it outlines the main principles by which organizations, employers, and funding and also researchers should follow in order to ensure an attractive environment, a nice work environment for researchers. And it also outlines the main rights and obligations that they should be able to enjoy in each European country. So if you're curious to know more about this, in the portal you have the full text available, and you can also see a nice list of what are the research organizations and other institutions that have already endorsed this text. The HRS4R that I mentioned earlier is the Human Resource Strategies for Researchers, and this is actually the implementation tool of the Charter Code that I have just explained. This is an initiative that was implemented in 2008 with the aim of supporting those research organizations that were indeed trying to align their practices with the Charter Code by supporting them in the creation of an action plan, a gap analysis, and also an assessment by independent experts such as Milan, and help them collaborate to an open, transparent, and sustainable European labor market for researchers. Again, the European EURAXESS Portal is hosting this strategy, the implementation tool of the Charter Code, and you can see there the list of awarded organizations in case you are curious to know what countries have the most organizations awarded and what other organizations are in the process of applying for the renewal. Next, in our portal, we have the information and assistance and the national portals sections. These are very interesting and relevant for you because they will give you some information on living and working in Europe. And in the case you are living in Europe, of course, it will also have this information there. The information and assistance webpage actually links to the national portals that Milan will present later, 42 national portals now containing country-specific information. But it is also very important for you to know that you can also search through the database of support centers so that you can get personalized information and assistance about any topic that you need support with related to mobility and career development. Of course, we needed to mention EURAXESS Worldwide, although maybe some of you are already very familiar with this part of the portal and with this initiative, this international dimension of EURAXESS, which is already located now in 9 hubs around the world, animating communities of researchers and diaspora networks. And so if you want to keep up to date with the latest news from Europe and attend events, info sessions, etc., you should definitely visit the web pages of EURAXESS Worldwide. You can also find their contact details for personalized support and assistance. But what is the best way of making the most of all of this that I just explained is, of course, creating a profile on EURAXESS and having access to My EURAXESS. This area is accessed when you have created your account, you have registered on the portal, which is a very easy process. You just need to go to the EURAXESS portal and click on the tab Login and Register. When you insert an email address, a valid email address, you will receive the information on how to validate and create your profile and how to set up a password for your account. In this moment, you will have access to, as I said, this part of the portal that is called My EURAXESS, which is basically your dashboard, from where you will be able to manage your user profile, enable and edit your research profile if you want to enable one for you, get matching offers, etc. And finally, as I mentioned, you can enable your researcher profile from your My EURAXESS, and Milan will again give you a little bit more details and will navigate you through it. But this is basically where you will be able to make your profile visible so that it is searchable for potential employers and potential colleagues that you can collaborate with. You will be able to upload your CV from EuroPass or declare your job preferences, for example. So this would be all from me for the moment. I just want to bring your attention only to the functional mailbox that we have available if you have any questions related to the use of the portal or the EURAXESS initiative as a whole, which is RTD ERA Talent Platform with hyphens separating each word at ec.europa.eu. We have a technical mailbox in case you experience technical difficulties called support@euraxess.org, and of course our link with frequently asked questions if you don't know very well where to start. So now I will give the floor to Milan. Milan, please, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laura, for this introduction, and also thank you, Vicky, for a great introduction to what we're planning to do, an invitation, of course, to contribute to this webinar. Just one moment to share my screen. Okay. Fortunately, you can see my screen. I mean, we can start a journey in as a part of demonstration of how we can use the portal. And let's put ourselves in the skin of a researcher who was in China, for example, working in China, and here she was attending the event which was organized and presented by the representative of EURAXESS Worldwide office in China. So you were there and you heard a lot about EURAXESS. You found out what EURAXESS is, and you found a lot about opportunities to continue research, for example, in some of the European RD organizations and laboratories. And basically, you went back home and now you are interested and you want to find out more. You will probably do something like this. You will try to Google EURAXESS China, because that this could help you to lead you to find the web page where you can find maybe some more information about the event that you have attended. And you can see the first link you will find on your screen will be pointed to EURAXESS China page. So you will click on this and you will end up in some page like this one. So now this is your first encounter with the EURAXESS online platforms. Laura presented a lot of very useful tools and a lot of very interesting content. And among others, I would like to highlight the jobs database, which makes EURAXESS Portal very competitive to commercial and huge job platforms, you know, because it's one of the specialized jobs platform whose niche are the jobs in RD industry, in research and development, and especially jobs in university. So there are very few platforms that can be competitive to the size of content which you can find there. But EURAXESS is so much more than that. And as you already witnessed, maybe EURAXESS Jobs Portal and EURAXESS Portal in general have many entry points, many different pages in which you can start your own journey. In this case, we started our journey on the pages of EURAXESS Worldwide offices, actually specifically on the page of EURAXESS China. This is something that you can also, similar to this, there are other sets of pages for other EURAXESS Worldwide offices, and you can get to know them here by putting the mouse over the EURAXESS Worldwide menu. You can see the other areas where you can find some more information if you are living and working in the countries whose coverage is applied here. So you can also see the menu. The menu is pretty much the same whether you are attending, where you are visiting European portal or something that Laura mentioned before, something we call national portals. So you can find, for example, information about jobs and funding. and this is the first option in the menu, and there is a link for finding jobs. This is something that Laura already demonstrating with a screenshot. You can find their user interface for searching all those tens of thousands of jobs published on the EURAXESS portal. Then you can find a link to post your job offers or funding offers or hosting offers. Also, you can search the database of funding and hosting offers. Finally, there are some other areas, sections of the portal, such as career development, for example, Science for Refugees initiative, and the links to the sections of the website leading to the topics relevant to human resources strategy for researchers, also shortly presented by Laura. There is a career development link. If you follow this link, you will find lots of information and tools and different resources related to career development tailored to individual researchers or organizations. There is a partnering tool where you can find a search engine for finding the published CVs, published biography for researchers, and you can find also profiles of the research organizations. Then there is information and assistance with the links to finding more information on the specific topics related to information and assistance you may need in your mobility endeavor. And then there is also a link to follow if you want to find some personalized assistant or to put up some question to the right people or to the right organization. Finally, there are links to national portals where you can find links to all the national portals published on the EURAXESS online platform. Let's see what we can find here on the worldwide page, because this is the worldwide pages for China, and for the other regions is pretty much the same, pretty much similar, if not the same. So at the beginning, you can find lots of updated news and events. There are lots of events organized in worldwide network. This is where you can find this updated information about the current things. Also, you can find a lot of links related to career and funding. Most of those links will lead to the tools for searching job offers and funding on the EURAXESS portal, but also there will be a custom content related to collaboration opportunities and funding in the region that you have selected. In this case, it's about China. Then you can find a lot of publications, different publications, and different other content related to collaboration between European Union countries and China. Some useful information, precisely information about some funding schemes, some funding frameworks in Europe, like Horizon 2020, European Research Council grants, Marie Skłodowska-Curie actions, Erasmus, etc., etc. Finally, maybe the most important information, if you want to get more information about EURAXESS and to find out from someone in direct contact, you can, on this tab about and contact, find information. At least you can find the email address where you can put up your question or make some initial contact, or maybe even find some partners involved in those activities. So this is about EURAXESS China. This is about the worldwide pages, which are, as I said, pretty much same or similar for the other regions. So you can expect whether you are from China or you're working in some country in Africa or in other regions, you can expect to find something pretty similar to what I have just presented. As I said, what you want to do now is to find some more information for doing your research in Europe, and you're teased by by information presented at this event in China you have attended. And let's say that you want to find some more information about University Sciences Po in Paris, located in French, and you want to find information about how to get there, what kind of accommodation to use, and other practical information related to relocation. The page where you can find this information typically is you follow the link information and assistance, and then you follow the find information link. Or other option is to click on the link national portals. The page you will be presented to then will be something like that. It will be the list of all national portals hosted by this EURAXESS online platform. Because this university you are interested in is in France, the next link you're going to be following is this one. So you will click on France to open something called French National Portal. And here it is. As you can see, it has different address. Most of the addresses of the National EURAXESS Portal are in this form. It's euraxess.fr for France and the other codes for other countries. This is the whole page of the French National Portal. The information you can typically find in the National Portal is different, the most important being information and assistance, separated into different topics, as you can see, from accommodation, entry conditions, set visa, social security, taxation, working conditions, recognition of diplomas, and others. This list of topics is pretty much the same across national portals, although some portals will be also focusing to something which is not that standard. For example, gender equality in workplace is not the content that you will typically find in other national portals. Also, on those pages, you can find other information, such as information about the research landscape in particular country, not only information related to resolving the practical issues of relocation. Let's say that you realized and you heard on this meeting, on this event you have attended, that there are very big problems with accommodation in France for the mobile researchers. So you can maybe click on this link to find out what are those problems, how to solve the problem, issues related to accommodation, the bottom line, where to find the accommodation you would like to use. So you will be presented with a page like this. This is the page presenting the content about the accommodation in France on French National Portal. So I would not go into details here because those pages will be different. Different countries, different national portals will talk about different issues and different levels of abstraction with different levels of detail and stuff like that. So if you cannot find what you're looking here, if you cannot find the information or a particular problem or how to solve it here on this page, the next thing to do is to talk directly to the people in the network. So one thing to do could be to follow this link French network, but also you can go back to the portal, European portal, because on the information assistance page, there is also a link under information and assistance menu, a link find personal assistance. So this link will take you to the search tool, which will help you to find the right EURAXESS center, actually to find the office in which you can find some help to the problems you may have related to accommodation. Okay, let's say that you heard about this institution in Paris, and the title of this institution is Sciences Po, and you can click on search button to find if there is EURAXESS center within this university. Coverage of EURAXESS center in Europe among universities is big, but it's not 100%. There will be no it may be the case that there is no EURAXESS center or the welcome office in the university you would like to go to work. This is actually the case here for this university in Paris, because we tried to search by using its name and we couldn't find any center. The one thing to do, or the best thing to do, is to go back and then to try to find by country. Let's say we want to show all the EURAXESS centers in France. Maybe this will be the way to find some help. At this point, I would like to tell you that some EURAXESS center will offer help only for the researchers coming to the institutions where those EURAXESS centers are located. But you know, in some cases, there will be EURAXESS centers with deeper coverage or wider coverage. So there will be EURAXESS center offering expertise and help and assistance, free expertise, free help and free assistance to researchers coming to the specific region or coming to the specific country in general. And you can find those organizations by clicking here on this drop-down list, which will help you to kind of focus your research results on something more specific. And we want to find those organizations in France which have national coverage. And by clicking on national, we ended up on this page. On this page, we can find those organizations. But remember, we need to find help on accommodation. So we can also filter this list by clicking on accommodation to find which organization, which EURAXESS center with the national coverage can provide and will provide free assistance and free information on our questions related to accommodation. And here we go. There is one organization, National Foundation Alfred Costello. So you find the right contact, and you can feel free to send email to Anthony or give him a call to resolve any of the issues you may have about the accommodation in the organizations you have found to be interesting for continuation of your research career. So let's see that you ended up preparing and you have been writing your CV and you want to make necessary contacts and you want to make contacts which will take you eventually to this organization. So you know that relocation will not be a problem. You have solved the potential problem related to accommodation. So you are trying to find a position there or somewhere nearby. So one thing to do basically is to present yourself. This is the first thing you should do. And the best way to present yourself to potential employers, among others also the institutions which are interested for you, is to create your researcher profile. Laura have shown the screenshot in which you will see what you can find on the page once you register to the portal. When you log in, the one thing to do is to follow My EURAXESS link. When you follow it, you will find a button to enable research profile. It's pretty intuitive and pretty visible. So when you click on this button, then your menu on the left-hand side of the page will look similar to this one. One new option that you will find in this menu is this one, researcher profile. If you follow this link, you will end up on page like this one. So this is a page where you can fill your researcher profile, when you can enter your contact information, your professional career information. You can put your publications in the specific field and other information. I will shortly show you what are the key information that is requested by you by this form. So you need to select what kind of, in what career stage you are. You can learn about this classification by following the link related to human resources strategy Laura shown you. I can show you a little bit later, where you can find in which category you fit in order to best describe yourself. Then you can select your main research field and subfield, highest education degree, years of experience, number of publications, number of patents. Maybe you can put some publications overview here. And finally, the most important thing, you can upload your CV by following either of two options. One will be to go to EURAXESS CV editor, which is a kind of standard way to create your biography, and a way which will make your CV visible, or let's say to more people, to more website even, and it will follow a standard set of fields and standard structure which will make it interoperable. But also you can simply upload something that you have prepared previously, and there is something very important. You can here tick this checkbox to make this CV visible to all registered users, because by default, when you create a research profile, it will be visible to organizations, registered organizations. But if you want your profile to be, for example, visible to people using partnering tool by following the Find Members section, then you have to check this checkbox to make it visible. Then there is a section for putting, describing some of your research experience, language fluency, experience in EU-funded projects, and of course you can put here your job preferences if you're looking for a job, because this will help you to kind of match to the opportunities published by the organizations. Awards and certificates, Seal of Excellence certificates that you can upload. Laura shortly talk about this. And this is about researcher profile. As I said before, and Laura mentioned many times, EURAXESS Portal is so much more than jobs database. Even though this is the most important and the best, let's say, product offered by the EURAXESS online platform. But what is steadily growing is this section on career development, as the mandate of EURAXESS and the expertise of the EURAXESS centers is improving in the direction of career development skills. The appropriate sections of the portal are also getting very busy and packed with more information and more tools and resources. For example, this page, which is under career development, and this is the first page that will be presented when you click on career development section. Career development link in the main menu, and key separation here is between the researchers and organizations. Some tools, some resources are focused to individual researchers. The others are focused actually to the organizations who want to establish, for example, a career development center, or who want to work more on getting more skills related to offering career development advice. If we turn our attention to the career development resources for researchers, this is what we can find. There is an intro with targeted to those researchers who are not sure about the concept of career development for researchers. There is an interesting link related to career orientation. I will shortly show you. Career handbook for young researchers. Also very attractive and hot topic in Europe is related to intersectoral mobility, or developing skills and competencies related to getting along with the industry and entrepreneurship requirements. So you have interesting information, very useful information about these tools and resources. Something that it's also very interesting for researchers outside of Europe is this international mentoring program. And finally, some policy recommendations. If you are new in career development, career orientation tool may be something very interesting for you, because this tool publishes many resources, outside resources, information related to 4 aspects of career development, like values and motivations, skills, career options, and professional development. In each of those sections, you can follow useful links button, to search for different tools matching specific criteria you have selected. Then you can find some more information about the specific tool, and also you can click on the link and access this actual tool. Maybe the most important thing is that for each of those sections, there is a kind of quiz which can guide you through the resources. You can answer specific questions by providing one of the offered answers and get a custom report tailored to your specific needs, and those needs are recognized, established by analyzing the answers to that quiz. There is a lot more. There is not enough time to show every tool and every resource that can be useful to you as a researcher, but feel free to access the portal yourself and do your own research about every valuable resource and content that can be found here. Thank you.